YouTube, what's going on with it, man? We back with another video, man. I hope all of y'all are having a blessed day, man. I hope y'all feeling good, living good, all that good stuff, man. I'm coming back at y'all with another one, okay? Before we even get into the topic at hand, my Instagram will be on the screen and it's also linked down below in the description, okay? So if you guys got any videos that y'all want to send me, that y'all feel like I need to get my thoughts and opinions to, send it to me via Instagram. Also, if you guys need anything as far as advice, if y'all going through anything, you just need somebody to talk to, feel free to DM me, man. My DMs is always open. I respond to all of my DMs. So follow me and DM me if you need me. And yeah, let's get straight into the video. So I had a guy DM me right this morning. And he was basically saying, yo, J-Rock, can you make a video on NoFap? I've really been struggling with porn addiction. This really ruined my life. I've been addicted to it for 6 years and I really need help. And I texted him back and I said, okay, bro, I will today. So as you guys know, for the people that's been watching my channel for a while, you know that this is something that I've struggled with growing up. You know, when I was 15 years old, I was addicted to porn and masturbation. And as I aged and grew older, it took a toll on my life, man. And it took me years to overcome this. You know what I mean? It took me years to finally get to the point where I'm putting my energy into something that can better me. You know, it took me years to gain this mental strength, you know, because being on semen retention or NoFap, it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of mental strength, especially in today's time when you're seeing chicks on every single app. You're seeing all type of adult content on every single app. Like it's very hard for men in this generation. You know, it's really hard to stay disciplined and stay focused in this generation because we got so many distractions, so many different things that's consuming, you know, our young man's minds, man. And that's why a lot of young dudes out here is confused and lost, and it's hard for them to stay focused. And this pleasure leads to poverty. I spoke on this in a few of my videos in the past. Shout out to Napoleon Hill in the book Think and Grow Rich and in Outwitting the Devil. I speak about Outwitting the Devil a lot. A great book. If you guys haven't read it, go read it, bro. It talks a lot about how the devil works. And one of the things I always tell you guys, and the reason why a lot of people are addicted, is because a lot of people can't face their demons. A lot of people can't just solve their problems. You know, when I was addicted to porn, the reason why I was addicted to it is because it served me in some type of way. You know, whenever I felt a certain type of way, or whenever I wasn't happy about something in my life, or I just was feeling like shit, you know, I would use that as my cushion. I would use that as my getaway. You know, when you see most people addicted to things, that's because they can't face their problems. They're using it as a getaway to get away from something that they're feeling inside. You know what I'm saying? But like I tell you guys, at some point in your life, bro, it's going to become a point where you're going to have to change. You know, I say this in every video. At some point in your life, you're going to have to change. Life is going to throw a bunch of shit at you to the point where it's either you change or you get consumed. I actually redirected my habits, you know. Instead of me, you know, watching porn or masturbating, whatever, I go to the gym. Whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed, I go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I don't feel right, I go to the gym. I read. I make content. Like, I'm pinning my energy and I'm using that negative shit to my advantage now. Instead of me sitting up and just, you know, wasting my sexual energy and consuming a bunch of adult content and like, bro, that shit fucks up your creativity, bro. It really do. Like, being addicted to this shit, it really messes up your creativity. But what really gets a lot of guys like addicted, and why a lot of guys are stuck in this loop, this constant loop, right, is because a lot of you guys haven't eliminated boredom. Okay, and in order to get to this next level and overcome this, you have to eliminate boredom. I don't know if you guys ever heard the quote, but it goes something like, a quiet mind is the devil's playground. I'm gonna say that again. A quiet mind is the devil's playground. Okay, when you're bored, you may notice. Don't you ever notice how, like, when you bored, all your, like, you want to do all type of like negative shit. When you bored, that's when you want to drink. When you bored, that's when you want to have sex. When you bored, that's when you want to smoke and get high. When you bored, that's when you want to watch porn. Like, boredom is what's gonna keep you in this cycle. You gotta stay busy each and every day. Each and every day you gotta have a direct plan. You gotta know what you're doing. Like, tomorrow I know exactly what I'm doing because I have a plan and a routine for myself that I stick to each and every single day. And that's what's keeping my mind sharper. That's what's keeping me more disciplined. That's what's keeping my physique on point because I have a plan and I execute that plan each and every day. You know what I'm saying? The reason why you guys are still stuck in this loop, in this cycle, is because y'all not doing anything. Y'all don't have nothing to do during y'all day. Y'all just winging y'all day. Most of y'all don't even know what y'all doing tomorrow because y'all don't have a fucking plan. This is something that I wrote not too long ago, probably like a few days ago, right? It says 2024 routine, and it's a big ass list of stuff that I do from the morning all the way down to the time I go to bed. And as a man, you don't want to be pleasure driven. You know, that's the reason why a lot of guys are broke and not where they want to be in today's time, because they're pleasure driven. You know what I mean? They're pleasure driven. In life, as a man, you have to be purpose driven. When you purpose driven, you're gonna notice that your mental strength is gonna get to where it needs to be. You're gonna be more disciplined. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be more creative. When you're pleasure driven, your mind is always foggy, man. Your mind is always foggy, and pleasure leads to poverty. Always remember that. And as you start redirecting your focus, right, and start making better habits, you're gonna notice that, you know, the long-term gratification feels so much better than the instant gratification. You know what I'm saying? Like when I used to watch porn and shit like that, and you gonna notice when you done doing it, you gonna feel shame. You gonna feel guilt. You know what I'm saying? Like when you know you're not doing what you're supposed to do, and you go watch this adult content, after that, bro, you gonna feel shame, guilt. You gonna feel like shit. You gonna know that, like, I'm telling you, bro, that's the worst feeling in the fucking world. When you have an addiction, you gotta eliminate everything that triggers that addiction, okay? So if social media is triggering your addiction, get rid of it. You know what I mean? If you're searching up like sites and adult content on sites, put a block on your Google, put a block on your Safari. Like you got to get rid of anything that's gonna trigger that addiction. Don't go nowhere if you know your shit gonna get triggered. You know what I mean? Like eat clean. That's another thing that a lot of guys that a lot of people underestimate. The stuff that you put in your body plays a big role on how your mind feel. You know what I mean? You gotta eat clean, man. Like fruits, vegetables, lean meat. Like my mind stays sharp. You know what I mean? I keep my mind as sharp as possible. I drink a gallon of water. I eat clean. I stay fit. I stay busy. Like that's how you keep your mind afloat. That's how you develop better discipline, man. But if you eating crappy foods and consuming a bunch of television and, you know, consuming a bunch of social media and consuming a bunch of just Twitter and just, you always gonna be in that funk. You always gonna be in that fog. You always gonna be non-disciplined. You always gonna be pleasure driven. And the devil works the most when people are bored. The devil attacks the mind more when you don't have anything you're thinking about. When you're stagnant, that's when the devil works more. You know, when you're purpose driven, you don't have those problems because your mind is always in creative mode. It's in a creative state. You constantly seeking, you know, better things and better habits, and you always staying busy. You always got bigger and better things on your mind. You don't have time to watch porn. You don't have time to play with yourself. You don't have time to talk to chicks because you focus on one thing. You focus on the mission. You're not letting other outside things and other outside thoughts affect your mission and your purpose. But when you pleasure driven, like I said, that's the devil's playground. The devil love people that's pleasure driven. You know, the devil love people that's always bored. That's always in a comfort zone and stagnant, because he get to attack your ass up here all day, every day. This is why you got negative thoughts and negative habits, because you never got back up and fought back. You gotta fight back. You gotta become that best version of yourself. You owe it to yourself to overcome this addiction. You owe it to yourself to not be a bitch ass dude. In life, you gotta step up. You gotta be that man. You know what I mean? And you're never gonna be proud of yourself having something like this hovering over you. You know, you want to be able to be in control of your mind. You know, you don't want anything to be consuming you and controlling you. You must be the one in control.